so excited to hang out with our good friend Sheree Clark, who's always introducing healthier ways in terms of food or activities in our life to create a better you in the new year. But besides just introducing us to some unusual but very tasty food items, you are involved with a ton of projects with Fork in the Road, and you have one happening here very soon.
Coming up, starting next month, right?
Yes, it is, and actually I'm accepting sign-ups for it now. People need to register to be able to get to this. It's completely free.
Okay.
It's my 3rd annual interview series.
All right, now you sent a little tweet about this out the other day, didn't you?
I did, yes, you saw it. Awesome,
yeah.
So it's called It's Your Time, Turning the Midlife Crisis into Your Midlife Awakening.
Oh.
And so the audience is obviously people in the middle of life, which would be in their 40s and on up.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about this event. You're seeing a shot of it there on the screen. If you're interested in it, before I forget, let me tell you where you go to sign up. You'd go to www.midlife-newlife.com. Okay. And then what's going to happen is then you're going to have access to the 36 interviews that I've conducted over the course of time, or that I will be conducting, of these people. And what I wanted to do was talk just a little tiny bit about a few of them today.
Okay.
Because these are not just like, slackers. These are amazing experts that I have on here today. Many of them, of the 36, 18 of them are published authors. Some are New York Times bestsellers and
That's
so forth.
awesome.
So I've got some great and amazing people.
You have some connections, don't you?
Yeah.
You do. You travel constantly, meeting people, and you bring it back to us here on our program, so we appreciate that very much. We talked about one dealing with kombucha last week. If you missed that, go to weareiowa.com or go to Sheree's website as well. You saw What the Fork up on the screen, and that's where interviews have been before, but this is different this time, so remind everybody the new website.
It's midlife-newlife.com.
Okay.
And that's where you sign up. And if you've got any questions, you can always reach out to me at my email address, which we always tell at the end.
Okay.
So let me talk to you just real quick about
some of these.
Some of these amazing people. So you mentioned kombucha. Let's all raise our glass to this first lady that I have.
Ooh. Okay.
She has written a book about alcohol.
We just had a story about that recently. Okay.
It's called This Naked Mind: Control Alcohol, Find Freedom, Discover Happiness, and Change Your Life. The author's name is Annie Grace, and the reason I wanted you to have a little toast to her is that if you look at that glass, that's around about a 6-ounce glass.
Right.
The way that Annie changed her life was to go from drinking 2 bottles of wine, which would be about 10 of those a day.
A day?
A day, every day, and still managing to function and so forth. And then she changed her relationship with alcohol. The cool thing about it is that she's not one of those thumping, teetotaling, this is the way you got to do it people. She talks about how you could potentially moderate what your relationship is with alcohol, how you should look at it, and gives you support for that. I love her approach to it. It's one of those things where you can think to yourself, if you ever thought to yourself, I wonder if maybe this is getting a little out of control. Check her out. She's got some answers for you.
And never too late to change
those
habits
your
in
habits.
life.
Absolutely right. And as we get into midlife, we start thinking about those kinds of things.
And we just heard recently, we talked about it here on the program, what the alcohol and your life expectancy and the relationship between that was just released.
It absolutely is. So it's something that no matter what your age is, we think about it. And as we get older, it's one of those things that maybe is on the forefront of our minds a little bit more. So
so teaser of one great guest that are part of this interview series. Who else do we have to look forward to?
Let's also take a look at Veronique Desaulniers. Now, Veronique has written a book on breast cancer. And she herself is a breast cancer survivor. Heal breast cancer naturally, 7 essential steps to beating breast cancer. And she talks about her own journey. And then she talks about some things that I really like. Things like the decisions we make on an everyday basis, things that you might not think about, like what you drink, what we eat. We think about breast health usually in the terms of, it's something hereditary. Oh, somebody in my family had it, I may be more at risk. That's not the only factor. What you eat and drink, the personal care products that you use, your toothpaste could potentially have an impact on the likelihood that you're going to be
and we've heard more and more stories about that too in the relationship.
So knowing more about ingredients and other things that impact your life besides just what we're eating on a regular basis.
Exactly. So she's a good one.
Toothpaste, really?
Toothpaste, something absolutely to think about.
Now you caught my attention.
Another one, a lot of us think about pain. So this author, Debora Wayne. Debora has written a book about pain, and the thing that I really like about her and her approach to pain is that she talks about things like chronic and acute pain. Her book, Why Do I Still Hurt? Rapid Relief for Chronic Pain, Depression, Anxiety, and More. Her approach is, if you have pain and you can't figure out the source, and we've all had that.
Right.
You go to the doctor and you say, it hurts when I do this.
Then don't do that. Yeah.
Right, exactly. But we really want to get to the root of what the real issue is. Debora has some unique and different approaches to find the source of your pain, and they may not be, this is a teaser, they may not be what you think.
Really?
Yeah. So if you've got a pain in your arm, it might not just be that you're throwing too many baseballs.
Okay, it may not be related to your arm either.
That's exactly right. You got it. You read the teaser.
Yeah,
okay.
I read the teaser.
All right. Do we have a few more minutes?
Yes, without question, yeah.
Okay, so down there on the far right near you, the very far right, Madiha Saeed has written a book called The Holistic RX. What I really like about her, she is herself a physician, and her approach is completely different than most docs. While she's a Western practitioner, she also takes into account a whole bunch of other different modalities. What her book will do for you is, for example, if you've got a specific ailment, you can look it up and she'll give you some different modalities that you could try, from acupuncture to reflexology, homeopathy, and those types of things. She's also big on things like sleep, spirituality, having good relationships, all of those kinds of things. Just not what you expect from a doctor.
Well, Jackie's big on sleep too.
I was just going to say, I love sleep. Love sleep. Would like to get more. Okay, so let's talk about this author as well.
Absolutely. This is actually two authors and I've interviewed both of them. And the cool thing about this interview I'm going to air on Mother's Day, because this is a mother-daughter team.
Oh, nice.
Denise and Meadow Linn. Denise Linn is into feng shui and decluttering and things of that nature.
Right.
And Meadow Linn is a chef. So they come together and they combine their things and they talk about how the environment that you eat in affects your digestion, how much enjoyable food is when it's in an environment that you enjoy, and so forth. I made a recipe from the book, and I can't come here without bringing you a treat.
That's how you get in.
Yeah,
very much.
I get a longer segment when I bring you food. I know the drill here.
She's learned.
We need to get the band. They don't know what they're doing. We got to get them.
Yeah, bring food in.
Yes. So try her mango salsa. I just brought some
mango salsa.
Yep. I brought some gluten-free crackers.
Oh, they are, really?
Yeah, to try with those. Yep. The crackers are actually made from.
Well, I tell you what, the crackers broke very easily.
Yes.
Too, unlike other gluten-free stuff.
They're buckwheat crackers. So they
they're buckwheat cracker.
Okay.
All right. So what kind of salsa is this?
That's a mango salsa that came from their book, and it's just one of those.
Good.
I think it'd be great on everything. It would be,
nice and tangy.
It's got a serrano pepper in it. Yeah.
And normally, in all honesty, not a huge fan of these kind of crackers. This has nice flavor to it.
Yes, I really do.
And it falls apart in your mouth too.
Yep. Well, I'm not going to bring you a bad cracker. Not from me.
Because you're a good egg.
I'm a totally good egg.
Yeah.
Two more I want to share with you. Okay. You might wonder why I have cilantro here in front of me. The reason I have cilantro is not even going to make sense until I explain. The eye doctor, Dr. Edward Kondrot, talks about why cilantro is good for eye health. He also talks about why microwaves are bad for eye health. He suggests that you jump on a trampoline. This guy is awesome and amazing. This book is so cool, and he is just he's a spirited and lively and fun guy.
Right, so eat cilantro and don't start the microwave. Okay.
That's right, and jump on your trampoline.
And finally, who else do we have?
And then finally, we have a New York Times bestseller who has a tie to Iowa. Janet Atwood has written The Passion Test, and it's appropriate that we end with this, because the reason you're going to want to tune into this series, if you're in midlife, one of the things that we have trouble with sometimes is keeping our passions alive. You do things that you thought you would enjoy when you were young, and they're not as fulfilling anymore.
That happens.
She talks about how you re-engage your passions, how you find things if the fizzle has gone out of your life, and if you had a passion and it's you've disengaged from it, what to do to get that back.
That works.
Amazing.
Amazing interviews all in one place and absolutely free.
Absolutely free the whole month of May. So sign up for the series today. That's the first thing you're going to want to do. Go to www.midlife-newlife.com.
There you go, right there, folks.
There you go.
And if people have questions they want to ask you?
You would reach out to me, send me an email, go to send your email to info@fork-road.com. Ask me your questions. Tell me what you think. Tell me who you think we should be interviewing.
That works.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Always great to see you.
Good
Thank you
stuff.
so
Thank
much.
you, indeed.
Continuing to enlighten us with great information all in the month of May, and of course right here on CWI Live every Thursday. Keeping your
more
folks
cilantro. I
more
want to be able to
great.
see better.
I want to be able to see better.